This is Paranormal Short Session 5 by Keith Evans. I'm at the officers' quarters at what used to be Camp Gordon Johnston. Today is Thursday, the 25th of August, 2022. I'm using both the Onvoy, which I haven't turned up the sensitivity yet, but I'm just going to be using electromagnetic energy for the sensitivity. The Onvoy theoretically is constantly moving from one letter to from A to Z, and ghosts of spirits. In this case, I'm going to use just electromagnetic energy, which is the button that's all the way on the left side. If lighting was better, you could see that, but I'm in the dark. So ghosts and spirits can choose their word one letter at a time. And I'm also going to be using the Ovilus 5B. Going to use both together. They're probably sitting about, I don't know, you see it both here, maybe 10 inches apart at the most. So the ghosts and spirits can choose whichever one they prefer. I'll go ahead and crank up the sensitivity on the Onvoy. The Onvoy is new. It's made by Ghost Stop. I'm not going to crank it up all the way because it just seems to spit out random letters. Maybe turn the sensitivity up halfway. So far it hasn't chosen any letters yet. Alright, actually it did. K. Can you spell my name for me? My name is Keith. What is your name? And I'm also going to go ahead and touch the icon button there at the top left, which is the ABC one, which I'll touch now.
Randy, numbers.
Hi, Randy. My name is Keith. Numbers. Did I ask a question about numbers? Raw? Huh. I don't remember asking any question about numbers. Well, leave me a comment if I did, and I somehow don't recall that. KDS. Does KDS stand for any abbreviation? Not that I'm familiar with. Let's go back to, we had Randy, R-A-D.
Stop.
Was that Y, Randy? Raw is R-A-W. Soldier is S-O-L-D-I-E-R. Stop. As a soldier, why would you want me to stop? Are you saying halt? Who goes there? Well, I'm Keith Evans, and I'm a paranormal investigator. What can you tell me about what Camp Gordon Johnston was like while you were here? Were there just Army soldiers here, or were there Marines that trained here too? Do you know? Getting KDS PEMJ. It doesn't spell a word, but PEM is pen. If they're initials, I mean, they could be any name that starts with a K, D, S, a P, a E, an M, and a J. Because I'm sure there's thousands of, at least hundreds of words that could come that way. You got to spell out a word. If there's more than one ghost or spirit, you got to stand down and just let one ghost or spirit choose the letters so it makes sense to me. MJCMD F. Alright, well, let's go back to the Ovilus. Raw soldier stop. Are you saying that I'm a soldier and I should stop? Why would you want me to stop doing paranormal research? You have a chance to be heard, and I'm giving you that opportunity. What would you like to tell me or anyone that's going to watch this video on YouTube? This is your chance, so use your energy and start choosing some words. To the best of my knowledge, I don't ever remember being dead before, but the Ovilus 5 and the Onvoy by Ghost Stop are not supposed to hurt any type of ghost or spirit. It'll just drain your energy, so if you want to save your energy for something else, then don't choose a word. And if you don't want to be on YouTube or social media, then don't choose a word, because that's what I tend to do. I'm going to put it on YouTube and or social media. So, thank you. Alright, let's go back and look at this. It seems to be beeping away. It'll beep a little bit every time it chooses a word. Well, not a word, a letter. Chooses one letter every time it makes a beep sound. N-U-Y-E-C. And the H is what was there before. N-U-Y-E-C. Could that be a word in another language? If anyone thinks it is or knows for sure, leave a message in the comment. Yeah, that's N-U-Y. I don't... Y-E. It could be... Instead of C, well, S is nowhere near C. Y-E-C-M-C-F. I don't know if that's some type of initial or what, but... That's really... Maybe I should turn back on the sensitivity a little bit. It might be picking up. I turned back on the sensitivity for the electromagnetic energy because electromagnetic energy might be that sensitive that it's picking up the ghosts that are just standing there on the side with their energy thinking about a letter. It picks it right up. You know, I don't know how discriminating the Onvoy can be if you got all these ghosts and spirits nearby and they have electromagnetic energy and they're thinking about well, I would choose this letter for this word. Well, then it might happen. So, unless you'd have to have all the ghosts and spirits to back off from the Onvoy except for one, so there's not a accidental choosing of a word just from a ghost or spirit being close, which that's all they are, is electromagnetic energy. If they're close to the Onvoy and they're thinking of a letter, that might be enough to trigger the response of a letter. I was able to see the actual emblem that the soldiers here at Camp Gordon Johnston wore on their shoulder. It was pretty cool. It was a machine gun, anchor, and I think it was an eagle. But it looked pretty cool. I liked it. Apparently they got the idea from a British commando patch that was very similar. And apparently the Navy might have been in charge of some of the vessels that were here, because they said the Navy had the same patch, but it had a red background. I'm trying to remember the background of the Army's patch. That probably, for the dress greens, or dress whatever they were wearing then, it might have been a blue background. But on their uniforms, it's going to be a camouflage green. So, I've got the word raw here at Camp Gordon Johnston before. Raw soldier stop. Are you saying that it's raw because you're sore about me doing the paranormal research? Or are you saying you're the soldier and you're stopping for tonight? There's more than one way to analyze any group of words that you get on the Ovilus 5B. And the conclusions you come up with are very subjective. So each person can draw their own conclusions at home. If you have a different conclusion than one I have drawn, definitely leave me a comment. I might be missing something. Well, that sounded like a word come from the Ovilus 5 without anything showing up on the screen. So that may have been a disembodied voice. I'm not sure. It sounded like somebody say soon or soon. Okay, what's gonna happen soon? They're going to leave me in suspense. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Well, now that I turned down the sensitivity, I'm not getting too many words. I mean, letters, not words, letters. So far, I haven't seen any words that have been created out of the seemingly random choice of letters. Well, I enjoy going to the Camp Gordon Johnston Museum. They're just west of Carabel. That was interesting. It's a lot of history. Is a history of local veterans who served in multiple wars, not just World War II. There's information there about veterans that served in World War One, Korea, of course, World War II, Vietnam, and the Gulf Wars, Iran. I think there's even some there on Afghanistan. So if you ever get a chance to go to the Camp Gordon Johnston Museum there off of Highway 98 west of Carabel, definitely check it out. There's no charge. I just asked for a donation, so. And the museum in Camp Gordon Johnston, or the Camp Gordon Johnston Museum, it's open from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. And if I remember correctly, I think it's closed Sunday and Monday. I may be wrong, but just to give you an idea of when you can go to visit it. Well, it's like things have slowed down. I turned the sensitivity down on the electromagnetic picking for letters here. It was a little over halfway up, and I turned it down maybe a little under halfway. And with the sensitivity turned down that low, there doesn't seem to be any ghosts or spirits that want to waste their time using energy to choose letters. I like to challenge any ghost or spirit to show me you could just spell out, Y for yes and N for no. I mean, it's not going to be that much of a trouble. And I'll ask the question, were you a soldier at Camp Gordon Johnston? Yes or no? Y for yes and N for no. I got a name Randy. Well, I got September. I think that just came up. September is coming up. So, Randy, are you the soldier that's raw soldier stop September? Randy, what was your rank when you were a soldier here at Camp Gordon Johnston? Were you one of the officers? It's actually the 25th, Thursday the 25th of August. So September is coming up. got another word here. Not on the, no more letters on the Onvoy. Famous. September famous. What's going to be famous about September? At least it's a positive word, famous. Well, Randy, are you famous? Am I going to be famous in September? Well, that would be great. I mean, the big thing that happened in September was 911. You know, that's big in a negative way, but I don't know if they're talking about that or not. I mean, are you talking about what happened when the Twin Towers got hit by those planes and it fell, the terrorist attack on September 11th, 2001? Is that what you're talking about? Well, Randy, what was your rank when you were in the military? Do you remember what your E grade or O grade was? E grades are for enlisted service members, and O grades are for officers. All right, any ghost or spirit that wants to ask me a question, go for it, because things get too boring, no one will watch. Well, looks like somebody finally used was it a K? The MAG is magnetic energy. K. I had asked a yes or no question. Were you in the military? You give me a K. All right, K could spell no, as in to know that you're in the military. Would be to K N O W. So I'll take that as a yes. To know. N-O and to know something is spelled the same way. I mean, it sounds the same way, but it's spelled different. No to something is N-O, and to know something is K-N-O-W. That might just be a play on words. Why? Oh, yes. You agree with me. You gave me the Y for yes. I figured you out. All right. Were you a officer? Yes or no? Yes will be Y. No will be N. It don't seem like I've been doing the paranormal session this long, but it's almost 25 minutes and a half. So time goes fast when you're doing paranormal research. Well, maybe the ghost or spirit thinks that's a need to know question. Yes or no? Did you get to practice exiting the landing crafts here on the beaches of the panhandle of Florida? For yes, a Y, and for no. Well, they might be out of energy.
Adjective. Sacraruz.
Well, after famous, famous is FAMOUS, adjective, ADJECTIVE. I've got sacrarez before. Looks like there's a space between the A and the R, like two separate words. Sacras, SACRA, and res is RES. Isn't that Spanish? I think I got that when I was at the St. Andrews Bay on the 18th. I got the word sacrarez. Isn't that Spanish? Anyone at home knows, leave a comment about that. I have to get the time to look that up and see. Adjective. Alright, what adjectives was I using just now? I got another word. Date. Cover. I didn't hear cover. Cover is COVER. Date is DATE. Now, I'm just sitting here and I'm not moving my feet or anything, but to me it sounded like somebody with maybe sandals on take a couple steps to where I'm sitting to my left. Well, I can hear a ceiling fan that's a little on the noisy side. But, I'm sure the steps are not loud enough to be picked up by the speaker on my video recorder here. We're getting close to 30 minutes. Well, Randy, I'm probably not going to be continuing much longer than 30 minutes. If that was a question, Sacrarez, cover date. Now, we had talked about September being 911. Were you responding or talking about that? You say cover date. Like cover it up, or if someone covers a song, they actually record the song. So you're recording that date, or making reference to it. Are you saying the date is sacred? Yeah, I think it's a date that'll live kind of like Pearl Harbor. It'll be a date that lives in infamy. If anyone can remember any of the adjectives that I used that the